What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do her on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Today's the day. Today's the day I've been dreading for quite some time, man. Today's the return of the Don to the city of Dallas, man. And he will be playing in not a Mavericks jersey. I'm going to break this game down in depth, the last game of this show today. So, I'm going to cry a little bit. Buckle up. Get ready for it. But it's going to be the last game of this episode. Today, overall, I don't really love the card, man. We're in a weird time of the NBA where some teams are locked up, resting guys. Some teams are just outright tanking. Some teams still jockeying for positioning in their respective conferences. Weird day in the NBA, but I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions on each and every game on the card. Hopefully get you some information that'll put you on the right side, and hopefully we come out green like we usually do, man. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There is a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site. I will be at the game today, so you can follow me on Instagram if you want to see the behind the scenes of that. An emotional day, ladies and gentlemen, a very emotional day. We'll get through it. We'll try to make some money in the process. Without further ado, let's do exactly that, man. Without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. Let's get her done. First game on the board. We got the Washington Wizards at home, at the crib, with the Philadelphia 76ers rolling in. Sixers 1.5-point road favorite. Sixers favored over anybody on the road is laughable. They're the worst ATS team in all of the NBA. I feel like a lot of people might be sharp chasing with Philadelphia today. I'm going to lean towards Washington. I do believe this is the 1-800 gambler game of the day. Two bad teams playing for absolutely nothing. 50-50 game. I'm going to continue to fade Philadelphia like I've done for majority of the season. Home dogs, slight plus money with Washington is where I would lean in our first game of the day. Next game up, we got the defending champs, the Boston Celtics, out on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Magic 7.5-point home favorites in this one. This line continues to grow throughout the day. Reason being is looking like Boston's going to sit pretty much everybody. They're locked into where they need to be. It's a much more meaningful game for Orlando as they're still battling for positioning. Celtics on the second leg of a back-to-back with travel. Not a great spot for Boston. Personally, though, if I were betting this game, I would want to see the injury report clear up. I want to see who's in the game for both teams officially before I put dollars on this game. But it's tempting to take the Celtics plus the points. Orlando hasn't been that same dominant home team this season as they were last season. Nowhere near as trustworthy. I think they're a little overrated, overvalued because of the spot they're in, because they need to win this game, and because the Celtics may be sitting some guys. But if we get like Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser in this game, they can do enough to keep this one within the point spread. They can't. I want to lean towards Boston. That is where I lean officially. I want to see this injury report clear up, though, before I end up putting any dollars on it. We got the Raptors laying 9.5 on the Hornets. I'm going to lean towards the Raptors. Raptors have been one of the best ATS teams in the NBA all season long. Charlotte hasn't been the same ATS team post-All-Star break as they were pre-All-Star break. This is a lot of lumber to lay with Toronto in its current form. Two teams playing for absolutely nothing. Two teams whose season will be over here really soon. Tough game. Lean towards Toronto. They've earned that trust. They've earned that respect, especially at home. We've made a pretty penny with Toronto at home. Charlotte, they're done. They're cooked. Stick a fork in them. Small lean on the Raptors here in this one. We got the Chicago Bulls at home at the crib with the Miami Heat rolling in. Heat 1.5-point road favorite. Small lean for me on Chicago. It's a lean at best, though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not overly in love with this game. Looks like Wiggins could be back tonight for the Heat, which is a great addition back into this lineup for Miami. But in that same breath, these are two similar teams, legitimate 50-50 game. I'd much rather have the points in my back pocket with the home team. Chicago, they've played well post-All-Star break. I know Miami has as well. Two teams we've made a pretty penny with post-All-Star break. It's tough for me to make a clear decision on this one. So ultimately, I'm just going to lean towards Chicago plus the 1.5. home dog. I think they have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. Miami's insanity run is finally over. Small lean for me on Chicago. We got the Jazz, 6.5-point home dogs with the Portland Trail Blazers rolling in another meaningless game. Neither of these two teams is playing for anything. The Jazz are still in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Of course, we know they're not trying to win basketball games. Portland still playing out the string, playing for pride, playing to establish some momentum next season. I believe next season they believe they should be in the play-in or firmly in the playoffs. Small lane for me on Portland. They're just a better team, playing the better basketball. The Jazz, they're done. They're cooked. Stick a fork in them. We got the Warriors laying 16.5 points on the San Antonio Spurs. It's a lot of lumber to lay with the Warriors on the second leg of a back-to-back with travel. But I am going to lean in that direction. I know the Spurs played well last night in L.A., covering against the Clippers, who are the best home ATS team in the NBA. But I just got a gut feeling the Warriors 20-point blitz them in this one tonight. It's a lot of lumber to lay with the Warriors. I get it. I understand. Not one of my favorite plays on the night. Warriors still playing meaningful basketball, though. They've been one of the hottest teams post-All-Star break. I think they flood San Antonio here in this one. No Fox, no Wemby, no Pop, no Spurs. Give me the Warriors. We got the Thunder Buddies laying 9.5 points on the Phoenix Suns. We had the Thunder as our top play last night. Shout out to them boys. They got a little grim there for a minute. Luka got ejected. Thunder came through, won the game by 16. We were laying 15. The line did drop to 9.5 later in the day after some of the news broke, but we were already in. We didn't cash out. We let it ride, and we end up cashing anyway. Shout out to the Thunder Buddies, our favorite money-making team. We trust this team laying extended numbers, and we're going to lay an extended number here in this one. Thunder, the best ATS team in the NBA this season. They've been our favorite money-making team over the last couple seasons. We've been outright blindly fading Phoenix a lot this season. We did it last season. Phoenix right now is the second worst ATS team in the NBA this year. They were the second worst ATS team in the NBA last year. It's just who this team is, man. This team's going to blow up here in a couple days in the offseason. Phoenix, it's been real. It's over, though. I'm going to lay the points here with the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. I think they flood them. We got the Nuggets laying 3.5 points on the Sacktown Kings. I don't like that the Nuggets fired Coach Mike Malone this late in the season and their GM. That's not bet on material in my mind, in my opinion. They do need a bounce back game. If I was forced to play this game, it's Denver or pass for me, but likely it's a pass. I need to see if the vibes or anything changed after firing Coach Malone, man. Malone was there 10 years. He just won y'all a title 2 seasons ago, and y'all fired the man? That's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Not bet on material. I wanted to be on the Nuggets bad in this one, but I also want to see the vibes of how this team reacts following that this late in the season. We got the Los Angeles Clippers, 8.5-point favorites over the Houston Rockets. The Rockets pretty much locked into where they're going to be. They're the 2 seed in the West. Likely that they're going to sit majority of their guys here in this one. Clippers still battling it out for positioning in the West. They need this game. We saw the Clippers kind of play with their food a little bit last night. They won, did what they needed to do, failed to cover, and I kind of got that same eerie feeling about this game tonight. Even though the Rockets may be sitting guys, even though the Rockets are locked in, even though the Clippers are dominant at home, even though the Clippers need this game, I just have a gut feeling Clippers end up winning this game by like 6 points. Rockets are still a gritty, scrappy, competitive, up-in-your-face style team. I don't think Ime Udoka is just going to tell his guys to chill tonight, even his bench players. I think those guys playing for more minutes, playing for contracts, playing for all of that. I think they do enough to keep this one within a number. I didn't like what I saw from the Clippers in some of that game last night. They kind of seem to be going through the motions, and I have an eerie feeling that might be the case for them tonight. I'm going to grab the points, even despite the injury news and things of that nature with the Houston Rockets. I know I skipped it, but I saved the best for last, man. Last and final game of the night, we got my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers, out on the road facing my former favorite team, the team from Dallas, the Dallas Mavericks. Man, this is the return of the Don to American Airlines. His first game in American Airlines, not in a Mavs jersey. I'm on the Lakers in this one. If Luka is who I think he is, I think he comes in here and maybe breaks Wilt Chamberlain's scoring record. He's that much of an asshole. This is the same guy we saw in the Western Conference Finals last season. Hit a step back three over Rudy Gobert from 40 feet and then proceed to yell at Rudy Gobert, "You can't fucking guard me." Remember, this is the same guy that got teched up, ejected last night for no fucking reason for yelling at a fan. Now he coming back to the city where he gave them everything. He gave them his heart, his soul, his energy, his effort. Took them to heights they haven't been in a long time. Saved that team from a darkness that, many of us didn't think was possible. He bought in. He was a Slovenian turned Texan, a Slovenian turned Dallas kid. You know what I mean? He grew up here in the city. He thought he was going to play his entire career here in the city. And then the team, not even the team, not the city, not the organization, not the fans, but two individuals turned around and stabbed him in the back. Two outsiders, Nico Harrison and Patrick Dumont. Two people who have no idea about the culture of Dallas, the togetherness of Dallas, the pulse of Dallas. Dallas had a culture pre those guys, and our culture was loyalty. You know what I mean? We had one title, and Dirk brought us that title, but I would put that title up against any title in NBA history. I swear to God I would, in the meaningful scale. And on the flip side, it couldn't have turned out any worse. You couldn't have wrote a script any worse for the Mavs post that trade. You couldn't have wrote it any worse, man. And here we are sitting here today. The Lakers are in the 3 seed with a legitimate chance to go and compete and win an NBA title. And the Mavs are in the 10th seed in the play-in, likely not even to make the playoffs, likely to not even have a high draft pick. Now with two aging superstars, both coming off of pretty significant injuries. I don't care what they say about Anthony Davis. His injury is still pretty significant, and he is still not 100%. So no matter how you break it down, no matter what lens you look at it through, the trade just didn't make sense. And the Mavs are paying the price for that. And I think tonight they pay the price for it, man. This is like a home game this is an away game that just so happens to be on their home floor, because I promise you, the Mavs fans in the building tonight will not be Mavs fans. It will be 90% Luka Doncic fans, and they're going to be cheering on him to score 100. And I pray to God he scores 100. I pray to God he breaks Will's record. He has the capability to do it. I know I'm speaking a little crazy, but in that same breath, am I really? I like Luka points prop over tonight. I like the Los Angeles Lakers money line tonight. I like the Lakers laying the points tonight. Feels like I'm getting ready to go to a funeral, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a lot of mourning in the building tonight, but I think ultimately we'll have a smile on our face knowing that the Don put a nail in the coffin of Nico Harrison and Patrick Dumont with his performance tonight. That's how I'm expecting this game to play out. I could be wrong, but if Luka is the man who I think he is, the person who I've known him to be, I think I'm right. I like the over on Luka tonight. I like the Lakers to win this game. I like the Lakers laying the points here in our last and final game of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do the damn thing, man. Let's close the year off on the right foot. Let's make some money tonight, man. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.